This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Man, what you want me to say? I mean, at this point, what do you want us to say?
I mean,
what can we say?
We're getting better.
Getting better?
We showed some character.
We want to flip? Should we just flip?
Flip to what?
Flip to the glass half full talk?
Glass ain't half full.
I know, but I mean, what else? I mean, we've been saying this crap for 2 years now, James.
Nobody listens to us, man.
Anybody there? Anybody listening? I mean, what? I mean, seriously, at this point, what do you expect each Sunday from this team that, if you're being realistic, like, let me just go ahead and help people of Jacksonville out. We're a show for the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go into Sunday mornings and you wake up and you go, this is our day. Jags are going to win, man. We're going to kick butt. You need help. You need help. It's not going to happen. It's just not. You're no different than Shad Khan right now. Shad Khan is he's sitting on that yacht going, well, I don't understand. Well,
I know exactly what's going on.
I mean, Shad, you ain't made any changes, bro. You're going to change an offensive coordinator. And, yeah, we rushed for a bunch of yards. Great. All right, that's awesome. We scored 14 points.
Yeah, that's what I was like. So people were like, oh, man, the offense is looking good. I'm like, we scored 14 points, bro. I mean, granted, there are people who are upset about the Chris Ivory fumble. And I can understand that. That was a touchdown. It was taken away. But, you know, you shouldn't be fumbling that ball. It shouldn't be that close. No. You played a team with 2s and 3s in key positions. A backup quarterback, your third-string running back. Their top targeted wide receiver wasn't playing. They had a couple offensive linemen that were down. Offensively, I mean, the defense was put in bad situations because of turnovers with three times.
Ball today, man.
And they left with 3 points. So that's what they're supposed to do in that situation. If their starters were in, they probably would have been converted to 7 points. But the defense did their part. The offense, you're supposed to – you got to take advantage of it eventually, man.
The defense played well. And for anybody that says Malik isn't playing well, I mean, I don't know what you're watching.
Yeah.
Malik is a beast out there.
Malik's doing his thing.
Yeah, he's a beast. By the way, this is Sports Den on a Sunday night. Getting used to these Sunday nights like this, unfortunately. We were talking about last night. Golly, man, we're tired of walking in and talking about this crap like this. We want to win.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't want to talk bad about it.
No, but we ain't going to talk good just to talk good. That's for sure. This is Sports Den brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, coming to you from the Wicked Barley Studios here in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida. Home of the Jags, 92.5 FM.
Oh, yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
The cigars are with ABC Fine Wine and Spirits told me that everything that your brother-in-law wants, he can go get it from San Jose.
At San Jose Boulevard?
At the San Jose Boulevard location.
All right.
So not only that, you can also have them delivered. There's 2 different delivery apps that you can go in, get your you can get your booze delivered. Like if you're sitting there and you're watching this game, and
Jag fans, you should be listening right now.
You're
to this
pissed. You're just pissed off at life. Go ahead and just have them deliver you something just like your pizza, and just watch and just it's better to watch games like this when you're slightly inebriated.
I mean, that's solid advice.
I wouldn't even say slightly inebriated.
That's solid advice right there, by the way. Couple things, and then we'll get to it. We'll get to calls, we'll get to texts, we'll get to whatever you guys want to get to. That's kind of how Sunday nights go, right?
Yeah.
First things first. I could actually tell a difference in Blake today.
Okay. What was that?
No, I'm being serious.
Inform me.
I will. If you remember a couple weeks ago when I said that my biggest concern about Blake and the easiest thing to fix would be his weight distribution? Do you remember that by chance?
Yeah, I remember you said that.
Okay. I could tell a big difference in that today, actually. I think his if you looked at the way the ball was coming out of his hand, he threw a better spiral today.
Don't agree with that.
Oh, go back and watch it. Go back and watch it again. Man, that computer is gonna fall, and then what?
It's time to get another one.
Oh, okay. I think he threw a better ball. I think there were mistakes. I'm the first one to come in here and gripe about coaches all the time. Coaches don't fumble the ball, though.
You're right.
Coaches don't drop punts or fumble punts.
I'm going to tell you what was pointed out during the game, actually, was his footwork and his bad mechanics.
Oh, yeah.
And so I did notice that. I mean, the guy who was brought in here to help work with him on that, should offer a refund or to come back.
Dude,
come back free. Because I mean,
that's a PR thing. You can't do it in 2 days.
That's a fair point. The other thing that I also noticed is that it's just what I saw offensively was a complete lack of faith in the QB. The running game was great. I mean, it was good what they were doing. It was moving. It was working. But when I'm looking at Allen Robinson, that first drop, I think he was like, I'm going to go out and try to get this. That second one was just like, man, no, F you, dude.
What are you talking about?
Like when he threw the second.
On the out and up he didn't die for?
Yeah. That's a F you, dude, man. Like, why don't you put the ball on me? I'm open. I got the guy beat.
I'll disagree with you on that all day.
You see my man Hearns' gunshot.
That wasn't Hearns.
No, but I'm saying it's some of the drops, some of the different things, man. He's hearing footsteps. He's been getting rocked.
Yeah, I disagree with you on that. The fact that he didn't lay out for that's Bush League.
Well, no, I think he should have. I'm not saying he should have, but
if he's got that attitude, then you know what? Just send him packing. But
it happens when you don't have any faith in the person that's throwing you the ball. You start to it starts to. And he'll probably come and say, "I have complete faith in." He probably won't say it, but it's just the little mannerisms that I'm just watching and noticing.
I could flip that on you real quick, and I could say, "Hey, why does Blake have any trust in him? He drops almost every other ball you throw to him."
Well. Yeah, you're right, but that's because there's no consistency on how the ball is going to come out. But
that's kind of my point. Is last year you guys, rise to the top together? Well, now you've fallen together. Help each other. Help bail each other out.
Yeah, I don't think he.
Leave your feet for a daggum ball, A-Rob.
Yeah, I just think he's just. I don't know, man. When I'm looking at the offense, I'm seeing things click, and I'm starting to really think in my head, man, what would their offense be if they had a guy who could make better decisions? I mean, he should have had 4 interceptions that game.
Mm.
There were 3 drops. You can't tell me that the guy played better when they were in the end zone when they actually ended up scoring.
I thought he did play better.
When they actually ended up scoring right before the half, it should have been an interception right before the play before.
I got you, but it wasn't.
He threw it right to him. There was nobody else there.
A couple weeks ago, he'd have thrown it again.
That's a good point. Okay, all right. So we're saying that he played better.
I didn't say he played great. I said he played better.
He did better because
I'm reaching, dog.
I threw an interception. No, I mean I'm just gonna be real, man. It's just
I'm reaching big time. I know that, but at the end of the day, at this point, look, we're 2-600, whatever we are. Can I not reach?
Yeah, go ahead, reach.
Can I not?
A-Rob ain't reaching, so you might as well.
Hey, you know who else is terrible?
Who?
And we gotta just try some Parnell.
Yeah.
Old boy from KC today just made him look sick.
No, what I will say was better is instead of him just staying back there and getting lit up, because my man from the end, like the defensive end was just, if the other guy was healthy and didn't blow out his ACL, oh man, it could have been a full day for sacks. Yeah. But the way he just drops that shoulder and bends that corner, like thank God they don't have a D tackle. Because he just stepped up in the pocket and he made some things happen with his feet. I will say that kept drives going.
Well, I mean, so Parnell, I've about had enough of him. I thought offensive line wise they were okay. Of course, they played better run blocking because they ran the ball better. But I thought pass blocking they played pretty well. I thought the running backs actually, I don't know,
running backs or running back.
Running backs, both. I thought the main difference was it seemed to me, and James, I don't know. I have to go and watch the old film. I don't do all that crap. It seemed to me like this running game was much more point and shoot. You're going here. Now go there as fast as you can. It was,
and they also did some of the things that I've been asking them to do the last couple of weeks. A little slight misdirection.
Yeah, the counterplay. They ran a counter that was nice.
I mean, Chris Ivory, hands down, played his behind off. Yeah. I didn't listen to the 5th quarter, all of it, but I hope they gave him the offensive game ball.
I didn't listen.
So, I mean, Chris Ivory is Chris Ivory, man.
Only one I heard was special teams. That was Marquise Lee, who, by the way, Marquise Lee
is playing well. He's trying to make sure he has a job somewhere else next year.
Why didn't they hit him on the shallow cross in the 4th down? Why throw it to Brian Walters? I mean, what? Yeah. Why him? He's not going to create separation from me.
But that alone lets me, again, I'm sitting here thinking decisions. It goes back to the decision that we talked about.
That's a flawed play.
Yes, it's a flawed play, but I also think he had the time. He could have. It's 3 yards. You're fast. You ran this. Go get the first down, man.
Well,
it's fourth. It's fourth.
Did you see?
It's 4th and 3. I'd rather you make that. I'd rather you get stopped. Want to gain the 2 yards than throw it to that guy.
Yeah. Well, listen. If you ever wanted to see a team who was down on their luck with injuries manufacture offense when they needed it, you just saw one in Kansas City. Their short passing game was legit. Just well-designed plays, ball out of the guy's hand right away. I mean,
and the tight. And I'm a fan of Kelsey. I like the tight.
We're gonna save that for a second. Let me try to get. Can I get Jeff before I go to break real quick? I don't want to make him wait through there. Jeff, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
What's up?
Hey, you guys just were talking about how the effort of Allen Robinson or whatever. I just know that when I was, a high school player or whatever, I just know that my coach has always said that, winning breeds winning, losing breeds losing, and I think that this team is just comfortable with losing. They're comfortable with being a good team, but not finishing the product.
Well, it's a good thing they're comfortable, Jeff, because otherwise, man, they'd have a terrible life. Because all they do.
They try and they get to where they're almost there, but they just never get there. Yeah. And that's just kind of what I feel that they are, and they're comfortable being there.
All right, fair enough, Jeff. I appreciate it. I mean, we talked about it in the offseason. You got to learn how to win. It's hard to learn how to win without winning.
Right.
It's one of the hardest things to do in sports. And they don't seem to be getting any closer. But let's do this. Let's take our first break. When we come back, let's get into the Kelsey thing. Let's pinpoint a couple of individual guys. We'll spend some more time on Blake because I do really think he played better. And, yes, it may be a little bit of a reach, and I may be, going back to acting like he's a rookie. But I did see some better things today. I did see much better ball placement, by the way, on a couple of balls. We'll get into that. I want to get into offensive line. And then I really do want to get into the receiver position and what the heck is going on there. Who's who? What are we doing? Why is Walters out on the field? Why is he even out there? I don't understand how that's happening. We'll talk about all that on the other side. You're listening to the Sports Den, brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. You got plenty of time. Order something up. They'll deliver it to you. We'll be right back. J. William Culinary. That's the place. You just need to know about that. You're about to go through the holidays. Look, here's the plan. Here's what you should do. Don't wait till the first of the year and have 25 pounds to lose. Go to jwilliamculinary.com, get signed up on his meal delivery service, eat right during the week, and then eat your face off during the weekend. That's a good plan. That's a solid plan. Go to jwilliamculinary.com. Let him get you hooked up. jwilliamculinary.com.
You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
You know what's kind of frustrating to hear?
What?
Is that Oakland is trying to already get Derek Carr's extension worked out.
Oh, man,
get his next deal done.
Of course.
It's just frustrating, man.
You got a franchise quarterback. You got to keep him, man.
I know.
You know what we're talking about.
Blake should have signed something like that. He couldn't have signed something last year, but
they're talking about, is it worth taking the guy from Watson or somebody else coming out of the draft with that top 5 pick?
Sucks. It does. I mean, look, we're 2-6. We can only hold off draft talk for so long. We've been holding it off for the past couple weeks. But can we get to that point now? Somebody told me, hey, Ricky, do you have the sound of your boy from Florida State talking about we can still go 10-6?
Yeah, Telvin.
We got that from Telvin? Yeah, see if you got – I mean, come on.
I mean, it's 10-6, but –
that's what I said.
You said 12.
Oh, 10-6?
Yeah, but I mean, there's hope.
There's not.
His job – you want him to say –
when somebody says to me, when somebody texts me or hits me up on Twitter, at Denny_Thompson, by the way, and says, this team can still make the playoffs, look at this and look at that, and they start saying if and if and if, that's insulting to my intelligence. I know what I see. They're terrible. Thank God for the Cleveland Browns. That's all I can say.
Because that's one team that makes us not look that bad.
Yeah, run that real quick.
It's a lot of football left. What we got, that was 9, so we got 8 games left. So we can go out and finish this thing 10-6. You know what I mean? That's my mindset, to finish 10-6. So that's what we're going to prepare to do, and that's our goal.
All right, fair enough. He said that's his mindset.
The goal.
That's supposed to be his mindset. That's fair. That's fair. But if you're a fan, don't hit me up and tell me, oh, this team can still make the playoffs. I had somebody a couple days ago start telling me that. Well, we're only X amount of games behind Houston. Man, just stop.
Well, I would have had more faith had we come out with this win right here against KC, because Texans quarterback likes to share the ball too.
Yeah.
But the Texans' offense is about right where the Chiefs' offense was this week, and their defense is probably better than their defense, even without J.J. Watt. It's still better than the Chiefs' defense. So I mean, I really have no faith going into next week.
Well, let's look at a couple individuals. Let's start on offense. We'll get into Blake again here in just a little while. Actually, let me grab Tony real quick before we do this. He's been holding patiently. Tony, what's going on, man?
James, Denny, so good to hear from you guys. I hadn't had a chance to call in. How are y'all?
Great,
good,
great.
Man.
Did you guys make it out to Florida, Georgia, or were you guys on other assignments that weekend?
No, I didn't make it out there.
Nah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't like being around a bunch of people.
Well, it's the first. I worked it with CBS. I actually saw Brent out there. I was on the Skycam crew. So I was looking for you guys, but I was sad that I didn't see you. But let me tell you guys about the most expensive cup of Kool-Aid that I have ever purchased in my entire life.
Go ahead.
What's that?
So my uncle and I like to talk trash about football, and I have been all in on the Jaguars since we've had Blake, and I've been saying, you know what, I was drinking the Kool-Aid. So at the end of the season, we'd had a little bit of the brown water, and I looked him in the eye and I said, I'll tell you what, Jaguars are going all the way, AFC Championship, $50.
$50?
I bet him $50, and he showed up to a party that I was DJing, because I own my own DJ business. So he showed up to a party I was DJing with the smuggest look on his face. He said, I'll take that in cash if you got it.
Did you pay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if you were still holding out hope.
Oh, I'm not. And
all right.
I feel bad for our used to be offensive coordinator, because that was just an appeasement firing to me. It was like, all right, the fans are uppity. We need to fire somebody.
Well, I mean, yeah. Look, I've said this a million times, Tony, and I'll say it again. It's not his fault that he stunk. He stunk before he got here.
Right.
So, I mean, to fire him is you can't be surprised that he stunk. He was bad before he got here. But, at the end of the day, you also can't be surprised if you're him. You're fired when you're that bad. It's been happened to him before. Trust me, he's used to it.
Yeah, he's kind of shocked that, wow, I'm still here.
Yeah, exactly. Appreciate it, Tony. Yeah, exactly. Let's go through some of these offensive guys. Chris Ivory, we talked about, played well. The fumble, whatever it was. If it was a fumble or if it wasn't a fumble, it certainly looked like it did get across the goal line. But James, you got to hold on to that ball.
Yeah. One of the things that I used to always our coach used to always tell us is don't stick the ball out.
Yeah.
Unless you're really secure on it. And Ivory has enough power to where he could have that should have been in.
Yeah. And it looked like he could have just leaned in without sticking it out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you just can't fumble that ball. But 18 rushes, 107 yards. That's great and all, but correct me if I'm wrong, he had like 86 in the first half.
Yeah, he had that one really amazing run when he ran the guy over and kept his feet going.
Yep.
So he
had
he
42
ran
long. Yeah.
He ran hard, and the amazing thing is the adjustments that the KC defense made, especially on short yardage. I think there was a 3rd and 2 that he got stopped on. TJ Yeldon in a clutch. I think we went for it on. It was 4th and 1. We went for it on, and he got just our line just got demolished.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it doesn't make any sense that we cannot do that. Like, to me, when you have anybody over 200 pounds should be able to lower their shoulders. Now, there are times when the defense is going to win, but consistently you should be able to win that battle.
The odds are in your favor if you need a yard.
Right. And I just don't understand. This is why I can say Chris Ivory and even Bortles did their thing when it came to running. But my thoughts on TJ Yeldon is it just does not make any sense. He is a big back. He's a big back that happens to be able to run. I do not understand why he is not physical when it comes to short yardage and goal line play.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he is what he is. We've been saying that all along, but he had 7 carries for 33 yards with a 16-yard long. Ivory getting 18 is what we thought was going to happen all along, right? Ivory is that cat you want to get 20 to 22 out of.
Yeah.
And we finally get it to him, so hats off to Hackett for that, for getting the ball 18 times, sticking with it, all that kind of good stuff. By the way, keep hitting us up on the 1010XL text line driven by Duval Ford. I'll get to them in a minute. You guys are shoving them in there like crazy. Keep coming with them. I'll get to them in just a minute. The receivers is the bigger question for me. I don't understand, for the life of me, what in the world Walters is doing out on the field. I don't understand what he brings. He's not going to get separation.
Right.
On anybody. He fumbled the punt return.
Mm-hmm. I
don't even know why he's here.
I think in that situation, I know they're not. Rashad Green isn't doing his thing. I want to say Hearns was a little bit banged up, so he wasn't in that situation. But you still have Lee Robinson. You have a big target in Julius Thomas.
Julius Thomas that's what you got him for.
And Aurelius Ben is giving you flashes.
Yeah,
and he's shown that he can catch the tough catch, the miracle catch.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't understand but again, you know what that comes down to? That comes into the personnel grouping and who dictates personnel grouping. Your offensive coordinator dictates.
That's what you just hit the nail on the head. That's what you paid Thomas for. You paid Thomas for when you've got 4th and 4. That's who you're going to. Right? That's the reason you have that tight end. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and you throw it to Brian Walters? I mean, the play design itself, great, fine. Shallow cross the middle, they're in man coverage, good. That's a great play call. It's a terrible personnel grouping. Get Aurelius Ben to run that. Get Marquise Lee would be ideal.
Marquise Lee would be ideal to run that.
Get somebody that's going to create separation. Not Walters. When Blake threw it, I thought, okay, that's not a bad throw. And then I looked to see who it was. I'm like, golly, he can't. No.
That's not the guy in a clutch situation that I want to get the ball to.
No. Marquise Lee had 4 catches for 84 yards today.
So it's two ways to look at that. The offensive coordinator didn't put the right grouping in it, or shout out to KC's defensive coordinator for shutting everybody else down and making that guy have to make the play.
I'm going to go with the offensive coordinator because he shouldn't be in the game.
No, I agree with you. I was just saying there's two things. It's kind of like when we were talking yesterday about the Florida State game.
Yeah.
I blame NC State's offensive coordinator for being dumb, and I don't give Florida State's D coordinator any credit for that.
Yeah. No, that's a fair point. That's a very fair point. Jacksonville fumbles the ball 3 times, loses all 3. That's the difference in the ball game.
Yeah, and I think you might have been a little too hard on Walter. Not why he's on the team.
Yeah, I want to know why he's on
roster.
The team.
I mean, he's actually not a bad player. It's just you don't want him.
He's not a bad player?
You just don't want him.
Tell me something he's done good.
He's good enough to be on the roster. We just don't want him in that situation. I'll give you that, not in that situation. And then considering and he didn't do he fumbled a punt too, but considering the special team woes we've had, I mean, they got to have somebody back there who can at least catch the punt. And they're still trying to figure out who that is.
Mm-hmm. I'm still waiting for you to tell me why he's on the team, though.
I mean, I got to see more of him.
Okay.
There's this thing that we didn't really get a chance to observe him during training camp.
He's got 2 receptions for 14 yards on the year.
Well, I mean, that's not his fault. Really, hadn't had a catch in 2 years until the Jesus Loves Me catch.
Yeah,
that he caught on accident and still couldn't believe to this day that he caught it.
Okay, but he did.
But my point is that just the stats. I mean, you can't catch passes that aren't going to you. And I'm not mad at Blake Bortles for not going to him. You should be going to Robinson. You should be going to Robinson, Julius Thomas, and Hearns. Those should be your number 3, your top 3 guys. And then Mercedes Lee has proven that he can catch the ball and do some things.
Marquise Lee, yeah.
Marquise
I promise you that if we got the really good quarterbacks, if we got Mark Brunell on the air right now, we said, Mark, you've got this situation, it's 4th and 4, and you look across, and here's your route combinations, and you got the shallow drag. He's going to go, oh, they're in man, that's what I'm throwing. And then we go, but you've got Brian Walters. I better look at the dig behind it.
Or if I've stepped up in the pocket and I have 3 yards, I'm going to go get it. You're also talking about a quarterback that was actually good.
I know, but
so what you're saying, we go talk about good. We talk to good quarterbacks, and they're going to say what they're going to do.
What I'm saying is you didn't give your quarterback a chance to be good in that play. Is you had the wrong personnel running the wrong route. He made the right read.
I understand that, but I just also think that if a good quarterback was in that game, it wouldn't have come down to that.
No, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I'll take that right now. I'll take that.
Now, because for every drop there were drops. There weren't as many drops. I bet if I go look at it, it wasn't like they had 11 drops. But for every drop there was an inconsistent pass. There was one that was thrown behind a wide receiver. There was one that was thrown to the dirt. There was a whole bunch of different things that went on. So When people talk about drops, I said there's a lot of things that go into it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the targets. A-Rob had 11 targets. He had 7 catches for 76 yards. I like that. That's good. Julius Thomas, 2 targets.
And that's not – if you're going to pay the guy and the guy can do it. This year he's not. And he hasn't gotten a chance to really do it this year. But when they gave it to him last year when he was healthy, when he came in, they made things happen.
Yeah.
You need to act – like when we're in goal line situations or we're in short yardage situations, if we have to throw it, there should be something that's there for him to get it. He's a big target.
Yeah.
He's a mismatch. We should be using that.
That's fair. Let's do this. Jeff, Paul, Ronald, hang out for just a minute. We've got to catch a break. When we come back, we'll spend that time this next segment on phone calls and on the Duval Ford text line as well. Then we'll get back into talking about some of these individual players, individual plays. I'm tired of asking about what's next. I'm not even going to ask it because if anybody asks me what's next for the Jags, I'm going to say the draft, the freaking draft. That's what's next. That's the next best thing that's going to happen to the Jags, hopefully. Well, no, it's not. Black Monday, getting rid of Gus is the next best thing. But we'll do that on the other side. You're listening to the Sports Den from the Wicked Barley Studios and brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Don't go anywhere.
Not a lot of good things from this game, but you know what's good? Trying to get a new house, especially if you're in the market. You need to write this number down right now, 449-8631. That's my man A.C. Williams with Cool Realty. There's a way to go about looking for a house the old traditional way, and then there's the cool way. You need to meet up with somebody who's going to look at your individual goals and what you want to have for that house, not for just for the resale alone. AC knows everything about this. 449-8631 Cool Realty.
The Sports Den on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Oh, the Sports Den coming to you on. I love this weather.
Yeah.
Love it.
I just want to get a little cooler, probably about 60. And if it can stay 60 year round, I'd be happy.
No, man.
You want to get colder?
No, I don't want 60 year round. We can go 60 like from mid-October to mid-March. I'm cool.
I mean, I like 75, high 75. Man, it's just when it gets like the 100 days.
You want to live in San Diego?
I guess. When it's over 100, man, it gets a little brutal, man.
You got to pay for that weather in San Diego, though.
That's true.
A lot of money. By the way, a couple things. One, if you haven't been to Wicked Barley, what the hell are you waiting on?
Dude, they got that red monkey.
Is it nice?
It's good.
Yeah. You know that was named after Tobin, one of the owners.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I went over there, man, had a couple of those bad boys. Legit, 8%. So you know how I pick it. But it tastes good. I mean, actually, I was having a discussion with somebody. They were talking about, craft beers and it's being bougie. And I was like, hey, calm down with that. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but, man, I'm hooked.
Dude, you are hooked.
And the food is awesome.
You are hooked, yeah. Wicked Barley over on Bay Meadows Road, right on Gubby's Creek. You can actually get there on your boat.
Yep.
Awesome spot. It is our spot, just flat out our spot. If you're going to have lunch with us, if you're going to meet with us anywhere, it's going to be at Wicked Barley. Okay?
And the people are really nice. They're going to treat you well. They're going to get you your food. Like when we went there for the watch party, boom, they're popping that food out like real quick.
Yeah, no, good people, good folk. Let's get to a couple phone calls here. They've been waiting for a while here. Let's start with Jeff, West Side Jeff. What's going on, Jeff?
Yeah, how you doing? Let's say Bradley's gone at the end of the year, bad season. Let's say Tom Coughlin is available. Does he bring in his staff with him? How does all that work?
I don't think Coughlin is coming back. I really don't. I'm hearing all that, and I get the reasoning why people want him back, but here's the thing. Tom Coughlin is, I don't even know how old, but he's aged.
He's up there.
He's aged. And I think, you do want experienced guys. You want somebody, I'm thinking like Todd Haley, like McDaniels, somebody like that. I don't, how often, Jeff, does it really work the second time around for folks?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
It's just not,
yeah.
The old thing doesn't always work.
Yeah, and it has. It's not like it's never worked. But, yeah, it more times than not, it doesn't. But, Jeff, I get it. That's fair. I appreciate the call. I like Tom Coughlin a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tom Coughlin is one whose legend has grown more since he left
right.
than when he was here. But I like. I don't see them offering it, and B, I don't see him taking it.
The other thing too is, but I will say this is the fans are going down the right direction.
Yes,
the type of coach
absolutely.
that you need is a Tom Coughlin type coach.
Great point.
When you don't have any veteran identity or leadership, which they'll grow into it, but you have to have somebody that can help truly establish that. And they don't have that. There is not that guy that when somebody messes up, they turn over and look at him like, oh, uh-oh, I shouldn't have done that because now so-and-so is going to jump my behind.
Yeah.
Even look at KC, like when my man Kelsey went and did all his stuff, first thing he went over there, he didn't chew him.
You don't know what he said.
Yeah, we don't know what he said because
Andy Reid
has got that mustache and that beard covers up a lot of stuff. But he pretty much told him. And what you saw a guy who went from irate to calm real quick.
Yep.
So that lets me know the amount of respect that he has for his coach.
No, Jeff has. I agree with Jeff. He has the right idea. I agree with you. That kind of coach, I just don't think it's going to be that particular guy.
Right.
Really don't. Let me get to Ronald here. Ronald, thanks for holding, buddy. What you got going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? My first time calling. I usually turn the radio off after T-Wig. And I didn't really watch too much of the game. I was at the poker room. I was in and out on the game. But I did watch late in the fourth quarter. And I'm just disappointed with Blake. Some plays, he just seems to know exactly where he's going before the ball's even snapped. Like that fourth down, game's on the line, the magnitude of the play. He already knows he's going to Brian Walters.
Yeah, but you know what, Ronald? I don't hate him for that because that's the right read on 4th and 4 is that crossing route against man. That's what you teach quarterbacks is if they're in man and you've got a crossing route, that's where you go. But Ronald, let's get to the serious topic. Did you win today?
Okay.
Yeah, did you win?
Oh, no, it was up and down. I didn't really win. I was playing a little Miami highlights, some horses, so I didn't really win.
Okay, the second other topic. Why the hell are you turning the radio off once T-Wig goes off?
Come on, dude.
I enjoy this show. I used to hear sometime about some show coming on after that, and I just happened to come home late tonight. And I'm turning it on, and I like the way you guys talk because you're not like Tony Boselli. His job is to make you drink the Kool-Aid no matter what. It's never the coach's fault, never nobody's fault, nothing. So I don't even
All right,
listen
Ronald.
to Tony.
Hey, I appreciate it. Well, keep listening to us, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you, no problem.
All right, man.
Hey, listen, man, let's get off of Kool-Aid too now, man. Kool-Aid's good, but if you drink too much of it, you know what you get? Diabetes.
Yeah.
You might
as well just go to ABC.
Yeah, you might as well just go to. What we are is we're not the Kool-Aid. We're straight brown liquor.
Yeah, there you go.
We're straight brown.
Drink the liquor, not the
drink
Kool-Aid.
the liquor is better than Kool-Aid.
By the way, speaking of Tony Boselli, before I get to Paul, big congrats to his other son, Adam Boselli.
Okay, what happened?
He committed.
Where'd he commit?
NC State.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You talk about some fights finna happen in the house.
Yeah. And I think it's funny he committed at the game against Florida State, who his brother plays for.
Yeah, his brother's finna be like, hey, I'm gonna whoop that. I'm gonna whoop that behind on the field, and I'm gonna whoop that behind when we see each other during breaks.
Yeah, good for Adam though. He's a good kid. Let's go to Paul here. Paul, what you got going on, brother?
Hey, thank you. Y'all got a good show.
Appreciate
Mr. Coleman,
What's up?
you probably have forgotten more about football than I'll ever know. And I'm not going to be a Blake Bortles apologist. Did he or did he not today throw a pass to Hearns on the 5-yard line of Kansas City, and did Hearns drop the ball?
No, you're right. But if I'm Alan Hearns, man, Alan Hearns is gun shy.
No, not on that. No.
I'm just joking. You're right. You're
that
right.
one there.
You're right. You're right, though.
Cool. Yeah, and please, and I like y'all's show. Okay, last year this kid took 2 Mack trucks. Neither one of them, Robinson or Hearns, are as quick as McCardle or as fast as Jimmy Smith, and he made 1,000-yard receivers out of them. He didn't have a running game. He didn't have a defense, and this kid threw for 4,000 yards. And now there is no doubt. This kid's not making throws he should make at times. There's no doubt he's discombobulated and inconsistent. But today I noticed one thing when he had a running game, and what was it? The 5th time in his career he's had a 100-yard rusher behind him.
Yeah,
the kid runs for 50-plus yards. He hits Hearns. He gets down to the 1-yard line, and God love that running back. He did a wonderful job today, and he fumbles the ball. If that doesn't happen, we win this damn ball game.
Well, that's a lot. You're not wrong.
I'm not ready to throw Bortles under the bus.
You're not wrong about that. In his stat line, actually looking at his stat line, he had like a 96 QBR.
Yeah,
his stat line reads successful, but when you look at it all equated to 14 points. And we also played against Kansas City's JV team, When we really look
not
at
defensively.
it.
Justin Houston was out,
but not defensively. So I mean, if we're going to play the if game, we got to play it. We got to play it all the way. If Kansas City had a healthy Jeremy Maclin, if they had whether it's their first string running back or their second string running back, if they had the other targeted wide receiver and their offensive line, they don't kick field goals.
But I'm going to take it for Paul on this. What everything you're saying though is nothing to do with Bortles.
But when we go look at Bortles,
I agree with you. I think he played better today.
He also, but let's not just look at that. He threw it
real quick.
Go ahead.
If next week Texas comes in here and the Jaguars rush for 50 yards, what do you think their chances are winning the game unless they have Tom Brady? You're not going to win games rushing for 50 yards, guys. You can get on Bortles all you want. I occasionally run into this ex-Jaguar who played back in the days of Mark Brunell and Jimmy Smith, and he likes Bortles. But he said what it is, he's gotten his ass kicked so bad these 2 years, and then he goes into his third year. And what's regressing is this coaching staff has not got him a running game.
He hadn't been
needs a running game. And it really is the quarterback's best friend, is it not?
He has a good point with that, though.
Thanks, Paul.
He has a good point with that because when you think about just the Texans in general, think about all the quarterbacks that have come, the first-round picks that the Texans have had. They got their behinds whooped.
Yeah.
And typically, if a quarterback, you get a little gunshot. Because you don't know if the protection is going to be there. But let's go back and let's look at Bortles across the board the entire time. Bortles, he gets the stats, but the stats were coming in times last year when it was more of a prevent. Now today he did not do bad. It's still the decision making though. The interception that should have happened before the Allen Robinson touchdown. The other end, it's three interceptions.
The one interception was terrible. It was absolutely horrible. But James, that happens to every quarterback every week. I mean. There's drop balls, every week by the defense. That's why they're playing defense and not receiving.
But this happens to him every week. I wouldn't let, like I said, I put it on Twitter. I'm dead serious. I wouldn't let Blake Bortles throw me anything, a bachelor party, a drink, or anything. Because you know what? The chances are it's going to be intercepted or it's going to be incomplete.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you the guy's back or even was ever here. All I'm saying is I could tell a difference. It seemed like he was better prepared today for the game plan than he's been the last couple weeks.
What I will say is he played probably with a better sense of urgency because they actually pulled the gun out and shot somebody.
Yeah. That's fair.
His offensive coordinator fell on the sword.
Fair.
So what happens is for the first time in his career actually it happened first, but it's actually looking like, okay, if stuff doesn't start changing, then I may not be here that much longer. And guess what? Derek Carr they're negotiating his contract. It's around the same time that they should be getting ready to talk about him.
Oh, absolutely. And he's going to look at what Derek Carr's about to be making and go, oh, gosh. I mean, Derek Carr's about to get paid.
Of course, and he's doing his thing right now. He's about to get
Yeah, he deserves every penny. Let me grab Mike real quick, and then we'll take a break. Mike, what you got going on, bud?
Good evening. How y'all doing?
Great.
Yeah, man. I agree with you on the Bortles part, man. Some of them balls look like, oh my God, like where this guy came from. That's what I kind of got out of it. But it's like, but that call, man, that was a touchdown. I don't care what anybody say.
Yes.
That was, I don't care, even with the turnovers and all, like, that is still something you cannot ignore. Like, it would have been 21-19.
Well, you say that, but you say that, Mike, but here's the thing. Here's what you got to remember is they rule that a fumble, and the Jags go 3 and out and score that next possession. If that's a touchdown, then maybe KC doesn't come out quite so conservative. So, I mean, there's a lot of ifs there, right? I mean, you can't say that we would have still scored. The rest of the game would have gone. But, Mike, you're right. That was a touchdown. That was a touchdown right there, and it should have been ruled a touchdown, but he also should have never let go of the ball.
And there were other instances when there should have been scores.
Absolutely.
So I don't put everything on that one play. Now that is a big thing. You don't ever want to. The one thing you don't want to trade touchdowns for field goals anyway, but you definitely don't want to change touchdowns for turnovers,
especially when you were paid for that specific reason.
Right.
That's the reason you're here. Is that 1 yard plunge into the end zone that we couldn't get last year.
Right.
So you just can't do that. Look, here's the bottom line. And Wes, stay on the line. We'll get to you in a minute. The bottom line is we're here on a Sunday night talking about the same exact crap that we talk about every single Sunday. And now we've gotten to the point in the season where they're not going to fire Gus. He's going to make it through the rest of the year, and it is what it is. We just all have to accept that. It's coming. Black Monday, he's gone. He's probably the first coach gone the Monday after the season. It's just it's the way it's going to be. So why am I to believe that at any point the rest of the year we're going to have any conversation any different than this?
Right. I mean, you're right.
I mean, I love coming in here on Sunday nights doing the post game, but you know what? It's getting really aggravating, James.
I'm just looking up because I have noticed that the fumbles are something that I always pay attention to with running backs because my position coach just drilled it into my head. Last year he had four fumbles.
How many carries?
On 247 carries.
Okay.
He's had 3 this year on 58. And right now, last year was the most fumbles he had ever had. Well, actually, outside of his rookie year, but he had 137 carries.
I'd love to see how many of those fumbles that he's got this year are behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that probably would be a good stat.
Yeah,
but he's only lost 1.
Yeah, because man, you play the position, you get hit behind the line of scrimmage, you just got the ball.
Right,
it's hard to get it tucked away.
You want to get the ball deep, and if you get hit as soon as you get the ball, man, that's never a comfortable feeling.
That's a fumble waiting to happen, and it's not really the running back's fault. Let's do this. Let's take a break. When we get back, we'll get. I promise you guys, I'll get to the Duval Ford text line. We got a couple callers still waiting as well, but I do want to get into the receiving corps here for Jacksonville. And what are they? Let's go down the line. What exactly are they? Because before the year, they were our strong point.
Mm-hmm.
That's what everybody spoke of, is the Jags receiving skills are could be the best combo in the league.
Right.
Stuff like that. I don't think anybody feels that way anymore. I think it's digressed a lot. So I want to get into that a little bit when we come back. We will get to you, West. We'll get to the other caller. I can't see his name yet, but y'all stay on the line. Don't go anywhere. We come back from the Wicked Barley Studios. Y'all just listen. Y'all chill at the break. Go to ABC. Get them to deliver. ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Get you a nice Stoke.
Mm-hmm.
Get you a good drink, whatever it is you drink. Some of you don't know they could be drinking wine coolers.
No, please don't.
They could be.
That's
judge
for your wife.
I'm not going to judge. If they want to drink it, they can drink it. Others may be going straight whiskey, put hair on the chest.
Mm-hmm. If you're going to do it right.
Do what you do.
It's getting a little cool, too.
Yeah. Do what you do, man. Just do it while you're listening to us. We'll be right back.
Biggie.
1010XL, 92.5 FM. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
This would be one of the rap lyrics that your pop or my man from Mad Dad would be great with.
Oh, yeah?
You're live from Bedford, Stuyvesant, the livest one. Like, just imagine your pops coming out like that.
We need to get that going.
Yeah, we got to get that, man.
Yeah.
I thought I almost had it. Our man Josh Jackson had tried to hook it up on Facebook.
Oh, yeah?
He tagged him. I guess he knows him.
I
was like, man, the Mad Dad's guy.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you think we like people? I was like, y'all, my friends like, you crazy. I said, you guys think I'm joking. You must not know me well enough.
Yeah. Hey, we're here for entertainment.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. That'd be good radio.
Y'all think we take ourselves serious? That's funny. That's funny. My man Rakif in there looks, dude. It is not 10 degrees outside.
You got Timberland boots on, Rakif?
Man, you just cut your mic. You cut your mic.
No, but I do get on boots.
Yeah, see, he looks like it. Was it snowing?
He looks
I get cold quick.
He looks like he's like in a place where it's 30 degrees outside, and he's in his house, and his roof blew off.
But I work across the street, too. It's super cold over there.
All right. But if your roof does blow off.
And it is 30 degrees
And
outside.
it is 30 degrees, or you just got a shingle missing or something like that, you need to hit up our boys at Triton Roofing and Restoration. People have been here their whole lives, man. They're local. You want to stay local when doing that kind of business. So trust me on that. You don't want to use one of these out-of-town companies. You got water damage. You got roof damage. You got anything that needs to be done with your house. They do remodel work, too.
Really?
Yeah, remodel kitchen. They did his backyard a couple months ago that I went and saw with Chris. Nasty. Just awesome. Like pavers, like the whole nine.
Nice.
Yeah, outdoor kitchen. Just awesome. If it's for your house, they do it. Right now, the focus is on roof repair and on water restoration with the storm having just gone through, and a lot of you hadn't even dealt with those shingles that are missing. You need to give Triton Roofing and Restoration a call at 315-7776. That's 315-7776. Let me get these calls real quick. West. Let's get West first. West, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much.
All right. The whole thing with me is Jacksonville is just still Jacksonville. Like, we spent a number 3 overall pick on Blake Bortles, and he's not a natural thrower of the football.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so what now?
How do we restore this?
Yeah, you tell me, Wes. What do we do now?
we hire a head coach who's a quarterback's guy, the offensive mind.
I mean, Norv Turner's available.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey.
That might move.
Actually, you know what? At least he's won. I mean, he's won more games.
I'll take Norv Turner right now. Right now, give me Norv Turner.
Would this be his fourth stop as a head coach?
I don't know. I mean, you got McDaniels. There's your quarterback guy.
Yeah.
You got Todd Haley. There's your quarterback guy. All right, Wes, I see you.
That's
yeah,
good.
but the thing is, like,
Wes, we got to pick it up now, bro. What you got? You there? I think he just kind of stopped on his mid-sentence there. Let's go. Is that Joel? Joel, what's going on?
What's going on, fellas?
Not much.
It sucks because I live in Rhode Island. I'm from Jacksonville, but I live in Rhode Island.
So you are somewhere where it's 30 degrees.
You are cold.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to snow soon out here. So. Yeah, so what do you think about if we did get these quarterback coaches, they wouldn't want Blake Bortles. I don't think they'd want somebody that's a project. What do you think about the draft, like the guy from Clemson or Louisville? You know, I'll take my call off the air.
All right. Fair enough.
Everybody keeps talking. I keep thinking for whatever reason Lamar Jackson is a sophomore. So
he is a sophomore.
All right. So I don't think he's available.
Here's the thing: is I actually, Joel, I think this. I think that if you're going to hire a guy, if he's going to take the head coaching job, he's going to try to revive Blake if he can. This team has other needs. If you can get to the draft and you can go offensive line first round, here we are talking about the draft. That's going to help you a lot.
Right.
It's going to help you if you're able to do that. There's always one or two tackles, or you can get, oh boy, Myles Garrett from A&M, go best available, something like that.
Yeah.
He's a beast. You know, you don't want to have to go and cram a quarterback into the, number 3 spot of the draft. So I do think I like Deshaun Watson. To answer your question specifically, I like Deshaun Watson a lot. I think he's going to be a good player on Sundays. But I think whoever they're going to hire is going to try to revive Blake Bortles, personally.
Yeah, and we'd have to wait another draft class for Lamar Jackson. He is definitely a true sophomore, and he's also about 20 pounds too small for the NFL right now.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of Mike Vick comparisons.
Yeah.
If you watch him, though, he is not an accurate thrower.
No, he's had some games. Like against bad competition, he's pretty good, but he's a 58% completion.
Yeah.
What he does with his legs is what really takes him over the top. The problem is in the NFL you can't run like that.
Yeah. So Allen Hurns today drops the 1 ball.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried about our boy when he got rolled up on.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't look good. And then last I heard is he was in concussion, or they're testing for concussion.
Protocol.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know if they actually put him in that or what the deal is. But that's something that – are you all right over there?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's something to keep an eye out on with these receivers, which, by the way, don't forget, that's a perfect segue to, don't forget, 88 Blessings.
Right.
And ourselves and the great people at Rogers Towers. We got a little event coming up. We threw it out there for you guys last time. What we're doing is very simply December 16th, right?
December 16th.
Adventure Landing. We're throwing a massive party for single mothers and their kids.
Right. And it's going to be at Adventure Landing. And what we're trying to do is we have 88 kids that we need to get sponsored.
88 kids.
At 150.
150 a pop. And if you can't do 150, just tell us what you can do.
Yes.
But hit us up on social media at Denny_Thompson, at
Big Game James 36, or at SportsDen_live. We'll tell you all the details. We have more details now exactly on what you need to do, how you need to do it. We'll start putting out. Actually, if you go to sportsdenlive.com and you actually fill out, put your email address in there, we're actually going to start doing email blast on it. It's going to be a great event. And we're actually going to put it together. If you actually do sponsor a couple kids, we're going to make sure we look out for you.
Yeah. And regardless of how these guys play, regardless of what you say about them, look, Allen Hurns, his mom Erica are stepping up in the community. Rogers Towers is stepping up in a big way in the community. We just like to be involved.
Right.
And they're providing Christmas for kids that otherwise may not have it, like a lot of people that we know. So 150 a pop. We need 88 of these jokers. We've got several taken care of, but we still got a lot to do. So please, if you can, make sure to join us in that. Let me get to the phone lines to Justin here. Justin, what's going on?
Hey, man, how you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
lived in Jacksonville for about 8 years. They're following Jags, but originally I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. And the people here talk about Blake Bortles, what they do with Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill's a good QB. He'll make some NFL throws, and he'll make some not-for-long throws.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really compare him to Bortles at this point. You know, Bortles is beneath him, but, not far off.
But Tannehill just got a massive deal.
Exactly. And I'm kind of ashamed to be proud to be a Dolphins fan because of that management. I don't understand why they give those contracts like that. I mean, those things should be incentive-based pay as far as stuff like that. But
well, and you know what? That's a good point, Justin. Thanks for the call, brother. We're going to find out fairly quickly what the Jags truly think of Blake Bortles, because if you believe you have a quarterback, you don't even have to be certain. If you just believe you have a quarterback, they get paid, James.
Right.
Ryan Tannehill, perfect example. Osweiler, better example.
Mm-hmm.
You think the guy's got a chance to be good, so you throw $18 million a year at him.
Right, and you pay them for the potential and where you see, because the one thing that the NFL has started to prove, it's a very quarterback-driven league, and what you got to do is you have to have your franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
You build around your franchise quarterback.
You can't start without it. A couple of texts, 576 just texted says, wait. Nick Saban to Jacksonville, Jimbo to Bama, Petrino to FSU, and Gus to Mandarin High School.
Hey, man, I would take all of those. You know what? I mean, listen, I'm not the guy I'm not dropping Jimbo.
Mm-hmm. You'll take Bobby Petrino?
But I'll take Bobby Petrino, and I'm going to tell you why. One, our co-eds are hot. He can drive there's a whole bunch of back roads. He can motorcycle up and
he
down
gonna be in trouble.
Tallahassee with his motorcycle with whatever co-ed he wants. But what I like about Bobby Petrino is he is heartless.
That he is.
He is going. And when I jumped on the Jimbo bandwagon, like starting to like him more, when we won the national championship, is when I saw heartless Jimbo.
Yeah,
Jimbo was ruthless when he got up. He put it all the way on your throat.
Yeah.
But if Saban comes, I think. But Saban, it's not about money with him anymore. He's dominant. He's cool. He's good.
If Saban leaves, it's because he's bored.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. And I know everybody says, well, look what he did to Miami and all that kind of stuff. But
that was his first. I mean, that was his first stint, right?
Listen, bro.
There's a lot has happened since Miami.
Hey, all you jokers talking about you want Tom Coughlin?
That's him.
There you go.
You know what? Now that I think about it, dang, I don't know, because there ain't no real river. He can't take the yacht. You can't navigate that yacht around the Gulf and then come up them streams and stuff.
Why not?
Try to get. It's too much going on. But what he can do is have Shad Khan.
Shad Khan's got a big old yacht right there now.
But what I'm saying is very difficult to get it over there. But what he needs to do is just go get a 24-karat plane.
Okay.
And fly that bad boy over to Tuscaloosa.
Okay.
And just say, hey, what I'm going to do is give you a check. And you just go ahead. You just tell us what it's going to take.
You fill it out.
You fill it out. He got it. He ain't hurting for it.
That's true. Yeah. Let's see.
Or Harbaugh.
Harbaugh, yeah. Harbaugh, too. 444 says, bad teams find bad ways to lose. Thanks, Jags.
They are creative.
Yeah.
They never lose the same way twice.
Yeah.
That takes a lot.
576 says, whiskey. I'm drinking Everclear with creatine.
That's good. Got to get your weight up. That's good, man. Put a little protein in that bad boy.
891 says, at this point, I'm not 100 that Gus is going to be fired. We've looked nothing but foolish. I am certain. I don't have any inside information. Don't tell you that wrong. We never get inside information on the Jags.
We just
get
actually
on other stuff, we
assume, and
Common
we just
sense.
it always comes out pretty good.
Yeah. 891 says our O-line is trash. They are, however, I don't think they were the problem today. Blake had plenty of time to throw a lot of times.
Yeah.
With the exception of old boy Parnell getting worked a little bit, the rest of them held up okay. 576 says a combination of Blake's regression, the receivers' lack of focus, poor O-line play, and an inept coaching staff. Not any one individual to blame for offense. That's true, but the quarterback's always going to get the blame.
He's going to get credit.
Yep.
That he doesn't deserve, and he's going to get blamed sometimes that he doesn't deserve.
Yeah. Yep. A couple people talking about Walters, saying, look at his tape last year. How many clutch catches did he have? Here's the difference. Is last year he had two cats on the outside that was clearing everything. And so you can get open. I don't know if you're noticing A-Rob ain't they're not double covering him anymore.
They don't have to.
No. So now you've got, not only do you got to beat your guy, you got safety to contend with too. It's just a different time. And he is not the guy that needs to be out there with those receivers right now. Marquise Lee is our burner.
Right now, he's got the hot hand. You got to figure out how to get it to the hot hand.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, we got one saying the heck with Robinson. Let's see. Maybe if we ran the ball under center on third down, we wouldn't have to make that fourth down conversion. That's from 891. Yeah. I mean, that again, that's a common sense thing that says go under center and you only need a yard. Want to take a snap from 5 yards back. But you know what? I've been there. It's, you get this thinking of, I'm better to be in the shotgun because I can do this, or this.
Because you're supposed to have them. They're going to play the pass typically when you're in the shotgun.
Yeah,
it is very difficult though to run, to get your shoulder pass north south when you have to go east to west to get the ball.
Whoa! I would have addressed this earlier had I seen it. 318. You see this text? This is 318. What did he just tell? I hope he's kidding. He says we're winning the division. This could easily have been a blowout with no fumbles. Our offense will be straight from here on out. Pray Green is back. Why are we praying Green is back? Green has sucked. Green has been no good either. A. B. A blowout. What? A blowout? This at no point would have been a blowout. Not to mention this was the equivalent of the London game last year against Buffalo.
Right.
That's how many players they had out.
Perfect example.
Yeah, and our offense wasn't straight today. How are you going to say the straight? We scored 14 points.
That's the thing that I have to keep coming back to, is that we scored 14 points. Even if you scored 21 points, which should be good enough to win in the NFL if your defense is playing to the extent that our defense played. 21 points is not an offensive juggernaut. Now, if this was a 42 to 36 game, that's different. Yeah. But it was a defensive game. It played into the hands of KC.
Well, and the funny thing is the very next text from 891, and I got to take a break, says these glass half full fans are sad. This stuff is not turning. He didn't say stuff. This stuff is not turning around. You need to embrace that stuff instead of finger painting with it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I didn't realize we're running way behind here. I got to take a break, but before I do, I'm going to say it one more time. If you need any roofing work done, if you need any restoration work, if you need anything with your house done, Triton Roofing and Restoration is your place. Local guys been here forever. They work hard. They do good work. We're proud to call them a partner. That's 315-7776, 315-7776. We'll be right back. Chris Malone is the owner of Triton Roofing and Restoration. I tell you that because I've known Chris since I was 16 years old, which is a long time ago, by the way. So I've known him a while. He's been here forever. He played at Mandarin. He coaches at Bowles. He's here. He's a local guy. You want to call him at Triton Roofing and Restoration for any type of work you need done to your house. That's 315-7776. Time the Sports Den sent you. Call Chris Malone, 315-7776.
This is the Sports Den on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Okay, all right. I now know which one this was. I was kind of confused. I didn't know if this was scenario, but this is what Jag fans are going. We got to come to the conclusion what we need to do. Got to go deep cover. Go deep cover.
That's
and
it.
Just be like, hey, I don't know. Just maybe
you need to be on what was that? Name that tune? Is that what that was? Old school. Rakeef don't know anything about that. That was a long time ago.
I know, no clue.
I can it takes me a while for some of the stuff, but there used to be an app that was, you know how these things go viral and people start playing mess for a while. There was one where you had to listen to different genres and pick the song. They give you like 4 songs. You had to pick it.
I feel like country would be hard because they all start off the same.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you can only talk about your dog being shot.
That's not true.
And whiskey. And,
that's not okay.
And they talk about America a lot.
Yeah.
And the wife leaving them.
Trucks.
They talk about trucks a lot.
All things that whiskey, trucks.
But then again, I used to knock it all the time when I was a kid, but then I really got into blues music, and it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. 576 said we were talking about get slightly inebriated. He said slightly inebriated is for church and work. Jags games call for wrecked.
Oh man, yeah.
Or if you slightly inebriated going to church, you may need to seek help.
But one of the best things you should do this sober, but if you're inebriated, you can do it too, because he'll walk you through it. You got to hit up Willie.
Yes.
And Willie can help talk you off the ledge, one, but he can also help you get the best home loan that you could possibly get.
Don't call him inebriated. I mean, if you got a choice of either calling him inebriated or not at all, then call him.
Call him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But don't call him inebriated.
Yeah, don't do that. But you definitely want to call Willie Smith. He is the guy for your home loans. Look, everybody at some point either needs to refi, upgrade, or buy the first home or do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
We really, I mean, seriously, we really kind of hook you up on this show.
Yeah, I mean, we tell you the people to go to when we vet them.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Even if you have some bumps in your record, let's say
not your record, your credit history,
excuse me,
not your record.
Credit history, not your record. If he might not talk to you if you've been arrested 20 times. Some of you guys listen to us, but if you got if you're like 2-6 and you got some losses, he could probably help you try to at least get back on track.
Yeah,
if that's what your credit score is looking like.
Listen, Gus.
Like now, if you lose the rest of the games,
yeah, that's on you.
That's on you. But if you have a mindset of Telvin, you need to call 429-3587, especially if you feel like you're going to win and get out of this thing. You need to give him a call. And if not, if you're just like the Jags roster, you just need to refi. You need to just brush some things up, and then you can be a winner. You need to call 429-3587. Willie is a vet. He's been doing this 15 years, especially if you're in the Navy or in any type of military. This man is a guru when it comes to that.
There you go.
He knows all the ins and outs of the VA and anybody who's trying to get their home for the first time.
Dang, you just gave that dude a 3.5-minute commercial.
Cool. He earned it.
993 says, Daytona along with pitchers and catchers in February, that's all I've got to look forward to. Then he says, I could say, let's look forward to the quest for 10-6, but I don't want to get laughed out of Duval. Love the show, guys.
Hey, man, if your team is one of those, because when we get to the podcast, we got a major man violation with baseball. So
definitely.
I mean, one, and their pants are extremely tight too. So if your team is around here bumping, like they ain't talking about fist pound or dap, they up here bumping the lower extremities, and you may not need to look forward to February either.
Yeah. Cabby, Texas said the new name of Jack's curse is called the Ax Del Rio Curse.
Oh man, no! I heard somebody talk about it. I've been saying this since they got rid of him.
Well,
David Garrard, Curse of David Garrard.
Here's the other thing. He says also are the future Jag offensive players attend the University of Florida.
Ooh,
thanks, Cab.
Bring in Del Rio. Yeah. I promise you won't see much difference.
Yeah. Let's get to it's our boy Andrew. Andrew, what's going on, man?
Hey, not much. Y'all brought up the Navy. Well, if the Jaguars practice like the Blue Angels do, you got to Google the documentary Becoming Blue. Those guys practice and practice and practice. They have perfection. I watched them today. I had to go to Gainesville with my wife for her work, and I missed the big show. They had the low-level show, but those guys adapt. Those guys are perfection. Jaguars?
Well, I mean, we ain't asking for perfection.
I'm just asking.
I just want to be able to put their damn seatbelt on or something.
Well,
I don't need it. Give me something, Andrew.
I'll strap them in if they just give me some love.
I mean, I don't. We ain't looking for 16-0. Heck, I ain't even right now. I ain't even looking for. I'm just looking for an occasional win. That's it. Just an occasional. Can I get 1 out of 3?
Well,
Can we do that?
We got 1 out of 3.
That's true. All right. Well, then there we go.
They're giving us a win a quarter.
I can tell you this. It's sad, and I've been a ticket holder from day one. And there's been parts in this season where I wanted to send him back to Shad, and I didn't. And, Denny, you know how I feel. But, hey, I'm praying for him. I'm praying for you guys because you guys got the best show. And the fifth quarter rocks. These 2 shows back-to-back are the bomb. Woo!
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So is it that Southern I'm praying for you? Because when
bless your heart.
Yeah, bless your heart. Because when Southern, I don't know how it is and everything, but I know how black women say. When I hear a bless your heart, or I'm praying for you, baby. That's never like I got the most confidence in you. That just means that's one step. That's a translation. You dumb A.
Yeah, that's just
or
true.
You poor SOB.
We're getting called out on the Duval Ford text line, and we deserve it. We deserve it. 576 says, seriously, what's going on with these straight talk no chasers? We're getting like 1 a month. Those are rookie numbers. Hit us with 1 every Friday. We got to do a better job.
I'm going to tell you who to blame, 576. Blame Denny. Anytime you're not getting enough, blame Denny. It's his fault. But you're right, though. We do need to get on that.
Because these things, they're catching on. We do. We definitely do. And if you don't know what we're talking about, if you've got an Apple, if you've got an iPhone, just go type in, search on iTunes, Straight Talk No Chaser, go down to the podcast, hit subscribe. You'll get notified when we put one up. Or you can go to our SoundCloud account, Straight Talk No Chaser. It's our podcast. It's good stuff, if I say so myself.
Or just go to sportsdenlive.com and you can get all that. Get all the information.
We are officially multimedia.
Sportsdenlive.com will tell you everything that you need to get. And also, if you haven't liked us on Facebook, that's a problem. Or on Twitter, that's a problem. Go do that, and you'll also get notified.
There you go. Hey, let's spend a couple minutes on this receiver situation because, like I said before, that was the strong point. Now we've got, Marquise Lee playing better. A-Rob, I don't really know what's going on. I really don't, but it doesn't seem like he's going up and getting the ball like he used to. And it doesn't. And in fairness to him, he's not getting the ball thrown to him like he used to. 11 targets today, 7 catches, 76 yards. That's more like it. That needs to be a minimum for A-Rob the rest of the year.
And he's got to make that catch, those diving catches. That's what he was known for last year.
Allen Hurns has had a great year up today. He had 4 targets, no catches today. So I think he's maintained his level.
Mm-hmm.
The big one is Thomas. Thomas has gone just missing on us this year.
Right. They're not getting him involved in the game in the passing game enough.
Rashad Green isn't right now what we were all hoping he would be.
Right.
Right. We were all hoping that was the guy that was going to move in, be that possession guy, be the guy that can get open when you need 3 or 4 yards.
So Marquise Lee is definitely exceeding expectations.
Marquise Lee is exceeding. Aurelius Ben is a guy who's found a way on this roster. I don't think he's going to have to worry about being cut year to year now. I think he's proven that he can play in the NFL.
Right.
I talked about Walters earlier. I think this is his last stop in Jacksonville. I don't think he gets another chance after this one. Mercedes Lewis, I mean, he's having a better year than what Meany thought he would.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't count him because now we're looking into the future again.
Right.
We're not even talking about this year. Where I'm getting to with this is A-Rob, we were all talking a couple of weeks ago or a couple months ago like he's about to break the bank. Is he still? Mm-hmm. Are they still going to go ahead and sign him with a year left, lock him up long term? They gave Hurns, $40 million?
Right. I just, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. I just I'm not 100% sold that he's really even concerned about that. Just through the Twitter, through some of the interactions, it's just like, you have to actually look, the talent is there, but you have to ask yourself, does this guy really want to be in the city for long term?
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
And, and for him, I mean, for him and for his agent, it's like if they were to start that, I mean, now, granted, he can turn it on toward the end of the season. Some of these drops that he's had, if he catches those, his season's a lot better. But he's definitely not to the level of a guy that you would say, was he top 15 NFL player, like from the player rankings?
Top 20 or something like that.
Top 20, something like that's not what you expect from. Essentially, he was our best player.
On
that list.
Yeah.
So he's not performing to those levels. Now, if he was performing to those levels again, he could break the bank.
Yeah. No, there's no question. I just, is that really the problem? He's got 32 catches for 366 this year. I mean, bro, we're 8 games in?
Mm-hmm.
He's on pace for a 700-yard season?
Which is average. Which is what you would want your number 2 receiver to have. Maybe number 3. I would say number 3. I say number 3.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of 3,500-yard passers in this league.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Number 3.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if it's a matter of him not wanting to be here, whatever it is. He needs to get the crap fixed. I mean, be a professional about it, Rob? Here's the thing is he didn't, obviously he did not endear himself to the fans with his comments a couple weeks ago.
Right.
He had a much better game today. The thing that I, as a Jags fan, which I am, we already got Blake going backwards. We're already not good. I don't want to lose ground on everything.
Right.
Let's at least know, like Telvin. Telvin's good.
Lock him up.
Great. Jalen's good. Linder. Okay, I'm all right with Linder. Right? Looks like Marquise Lee is fine. I just don't want to go backwards with guys like A-Rob. We can't afford to do that.
Right.
That's my worry is we're going backwards with Blake. We're going backwards with A-Rob. Sip is playing better. I'll give that to him. Aaron Colvin is what we all thought he would be. Aaron Colvin's a good player. Book's still out on the Nakamura.
He played pretty good today.
Yeah, tight end kind of worked him, man.
Yeah.
First play of the game, then he had a slant.
He had that interception, but best was it Gibson?
Gibson.
Best
There's
pass
another
breakup
one.
he's had all year.
There's another one. I mean, that guy was supposed to change our defense, and I guess in a way, maybe if I looked at the All-22, maybe he has. I don't know.
Yeah, if you haven't heard anything bad. So
you haven't heard anything good either.
Yeah.
And that's a free safety that's supposed to go get us 4 or 5 interceptions in a year. You know, but A-Rob is that guy, man. A-Rob is just like Blake. He was the guy we were all hanging our hat on. Of at least we've got our feature receiver. We've got our premier player, and now we don't know if we do. And that kind of sucks.
And Marquise Lee is already giving you his best year to date already. And
I'm excited about Marquise.
And Hearns is still on pace. You know, hopefully he's not too banged up, but he's still on pace to do some pretty good things. They have him and Lee have about the same amount of receiving yards.
Do they for the year?
Yeah, they're both in that 440 range.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. See, last year, Hearns had, A-Rob had 80 catches for 1,400.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got 32 for 366.
Now the hard part is that when you look at, you know, really the chance to get on fire is these next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, all right, A-Rob, if you're listening, if you do tick it up a notch and they do give you a long-term contract extension and you decide, hey, I like Jacksonville. Weather's good. Folks are good. Yeah, they boo me from time to time, but you know what? We stink. I deserve it. I want to stay here. Then what you need to do is you need to hit up our boy Willie Smith. He'll get you a mortgage. He'll go to Cool Realty. They'll help you find a house.
Mm-hmm.
Then and now you're here. You're set. You're set. You're part of the Sports Den family because you're using our partners.
Right.
Right? And now you're set. But hit up Willie. He'll help you get pre-qualified with all that money you're about to have. He'll find you a nice place. Willie will help you out. He's a former NFL guy. He knows your struggles, man.
He knows what you're going through.
Yeah, he can help you. He can help you probably with more than just a mortgage.
Yeah, just good advice. It's a quality dude.
I'd say give him a call.
Yep.
What's his number?
429-3587.
There you go. There you go. We'll be right back coming to you from the Wicked Barley Studios. This is the Sports Den brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Don't go anywhere.
Getting a new house takes planning. You got to have a mortgage, and you need to go hit up Willie Smith with Hamilton Group Funding. 429-3587. Willie is a 15-year vet in this game. He knows all the ins and outs with the VA. So if you're in the military, you need to hit him up, 429-3587. He can walk you through the entire process, all the ins and outs, whether you have good credit or just a couple blemishes on your credit. You need to hit him up. Willie Smith, Hamilton Group Funding, NMLS 834-932.
The Sports Den on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Oh, man. Good weekend.
Yeah. I had a good time. I was almost on the ledge.
Yeah.
Ready to drive over to Tallahassee.
You know what? I tweeted this yesterday. I need a new hobby. I got to get a hobby. Because this watching football crap ain't working out for me, man.
What did you say that for?
Jags, Gators. I need like a hobby I enjoy. I don't enjoy watching these jokers. They're the two most frustrating teams to watch right now.
I get the Jags. Why are the Gators frustrating to you?
It's the same daggum thing.
Well, I mean, we kind of knew, we kind of knew what they were going to be without a quarterback.
Well, I knew all along, but still, it's still frustrating to watch. You know, yeah. I mean, just last week I was saying, you know, I was giving McElwain props, and now I'm sitting here this week going, the hell, dude, manufacture something.
Well, I mean, we've known kind of what he is. I mean, he's got more talent than they should be better. But, I mean, he's won a lot of games since he's been there.
Yeah, and you know what pisses me off? It looks like Will Muschamp backed into a really good quarterback.
Oh, the kid from South Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm a little upset about that.
Yeah, that kid looks to be legit. I mean, that dude, is he 18 yet? I don't think he's 18 yet. He's supposed to be a senior in high school.
How funny would that be if, like, you know, he comes, like, it's in Swamp, right?
Yeah.
This weekend? Man, that'd be awesome.
Don't, just stop. Don't, see, this is why.
Muschamp's one of my favorite coaches, man, so why can't I support him?
Just don't start. Because I heard the whole Triton thing came back yesterday with you, and hey,
Triton could have done this,
and
Triton
hey, Del Rio threw a touchdown, and I'm just in there biting my tongue because I don't ever do this crap with FSU because I don't have a reason to.
I don't
pull for FSU. There's no reason for me to do it.
I didn't mean it in the way that it came off.
You meant it exactly the way it came off.
I also said the minute that Florida did something good, I said, man, that defense is very opportunistic.
Mm. And then how much other good stuff have you said about the Gators this year?
I really stopped watching. I haven't really said anything. Compared to previous years, I've been very good when it comes to UF.
Well, let me say this. The Florida State game is going to be terrible.
What was it say? What happens when a stoppable force meets a movable object?
Yeah, it's going to be awful.
It's going to be a very good defensive game.
I don't even want to go. I know we were talking about it. I don't even want to go.
Yeah, I will say that I'm a little less excited about just getting over to Tallahassee, but it would be good because every time I go, you get a chance to see. I see some people I haven't seen in a while, so
well, I don't care about people.
I'm gonna go to the BC game, and it's military. It's a military appreciation game on Veterans Day, so
I don't care about people. I want to see good football.
Well,
I can see people anywhere.
That one's not gonna be a good football game.
No.
It'll be good tailgating,
and maybe because it's gonna be a noon kick, probably.
Yeah, it'll be 3:30. Or late. It'll be 3:30.
I don't know, man.
Florida State's gonna. Well, actually, before I say something foolish, let me look at the. I was gonna say we're gonna win out, but let me look at our schedule before I say we're gonna win out.
I don't think either one of the teams are the type of team that you can say that about.
Oh, we got BC and South Carolina, Syracuse. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about BC a little bit, but I'm not worried about Syracuse as much. So it could be a pretty decent game.
Well, bottom line is I just need a hobby. I'm taking suggestions.
Let's go bowling.
No, 7:05 says U.S. plays Mexico in soccer this Friday. I'm already watching pissing soccer with the Jags and Gators and this thing they call offense.
Where does U.S.
I'm already watching guys run up and down the field and not score. I mean, why do I want to watch it again?
There are other good games on though. Like
576 is golf. No, I've been down that road too. It's too expensive, too time consuming. And I just get pissed off.
Outside of my favorite team, I mean, I've actually enjoyed this college football season. I mean, I've been kind of I like what Kentucky's being. Kentucky's actually done.
They gave one away though.
Yeah, they did.
Or Saturday night.
Vanderbilt's been a very good story. They've played.
Hey, I'll take
football.
that coach.
Yeah,
in a heartbeat. I like that guy, Mason.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a lot. I'll take him.
What Louisville's done with Lamar Jackson, Clemson. I mean, Alabama's dominance. Now the Michigan fans that we saw yesterday, they're a little delusional, but I want to see Michigan, Ohio State. What Ohio State did to Nebraska, man, that's child abuse.
Yeah,
that's not even Christian.
Didn't everybody know that was coming though?
Yeah, but Nebraska was a feel good story. They were having a good year, and they played Wisconsin tough, and then, man, they got out of hand very fast.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna. I think Washington. You mentioned that they are good. What is origami?
That's the folding stuff. You should do that.
Folding stuff.
Like you can learn, like make animals and stuff out of paper.
Doing that.
You can do it with napkins. Like when you go to the nice restaurants and homes, they have.
You know what? Y'all ain't even helping somebody. Like I've got a. Rakif, hook me up with a hobby. What? Give me a hobby. I mean, can somebody help a brother out here?
Go mud bogging.
What'd you say?
I said, do you golf?
No, I already hit that. That's too expensive. It takes too long.
Mud bogging.
Are you creative?
Pops.
Do I what?
Are you creative?
No.
Creative. I really have no skills whatsoever. I mean,
well, you're about to get really busy with a quarterback game, so
yeah. But see, and that could be my problem. Is all my hobbies have become my jobs.
Well, I mean, most people would kill to actually be able to do what they actually like to do.
True. But you still need a hobby to get away from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go do yoga.
Yeah, I'm built for yoga.
Yeah.
I'll find something. Yeah, I could go mudding with Pops.
Yeah, Pops would love it.
I ain't getting chased by no damn bear though.
Oh yeah, he did talk about that. Craft beer enthusiast.
There you go.
Did you say fishing?
Now there we may have a winner.
Fishing?
Yeah.
Okay, you go do that. That sounds really boring.
That's what I need.
It's getting
boring.
cold. Go out with Mark. Go shoot.
I may do that.
We're talking about,
I like 576. I'll be coming to craft beer enthusiasts. Hang out at Wicked Barley. I could live with that. I already got half of that down.
Mm-hmm.
Already hang out at Wicked Barley. You know what? With our partners, though, I probably need to stay away from making alcohol any more of a
mainstay.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it. ABC Fine Wine and Spirits and Wicked Barley as your main sponsors. You don't need more alcohol in your life.
What we could do is just, we could do a craft beer podcast. I'm sure that would light up.
I don't know enough about it.
We just talk about theirs.
That Pops would be money on that.
No. Well, you compare everything to Miller.
Yeah, exactly.
This ain't good.
Maybe I will. You know what? Bump it. Maybe I will just hang out at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits and Wicked Barley. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Think they can just let me have a chair, right next to the somewhere in there, right? Just get
at which place?
At well, I already have a chair. I sit at the same place at Wicked Barley, but at ABC.
ABC.
Yeah, just post.
You know
up.
They're not supposed to serve you there.
Well, no,
you know that, right?
I actually want to be a greeter. You think they'll let me be a greeter for a day? Was it Walmart has the greeters? I just go up and just tell people, hey, how you doing? Do you need any help? What's going on with you? What kind of problems do you have? The Jags lost? Cool. You go to aisle 7.
You know what?
And there's some good stuff over there in aisle 7 for you.
Hey, Cigars are. If you're listening, can James and I do that for a couple hours one day in one of the stores? Can we greet people and say, tell us about your problems and let us recommend the drink for them?
Yeah, and what
video it?
What are your problems? What are you looking for? Okay, I have the perfect beverage for you. Have you ever thought about this?
Yes,
cool.
I think we'd be good at that. I do. So, all right, well, that'll work. None of you jokers help me, though. I'm not doing origami.
Dominoes. My man was at the poker room.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that.
576. That's one of the first things that I tell people. Actually, even I tell my mother that sometimes. Well, she's like, "Man, you're out again." I say, "Mom, Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine."
You ain't Jesus.
But you're right. But the goal is to be like him. I thought that's what they said.
Let's just get real about that quick.
That's true. I ain't.
Let's see. Oh, no. Okay. Well, 553, where was my invite? He said, we watched Pacquiao last night, 3 domino tables, food, drinks, music. I like Pacquiao.
Nobody even
I
asked
like
us.
food.
We were out when the fight was happening. We could have just went over there.
Yeah.
I put the live stream up on Facebook.
Yeah. Hey, do we want to put out we're about to take a break, but we want to put out a call for help real quick on Tuesday or not? If you ain't working on Tuesday, we could use your help at the Sports Den.
Yeah, inboxes if you want to follow some jokers around with a
video,
camera.
yeah.
With a video camera.
Yeah, we're planning Election Day coverage, Sports Den style. We need somebody following us around if you ain't got nothing else to do. Let's do this. We got nothing done that segment, but that's we haven't had one of those in a while. Let's take our final break. We come back. Let's talk about what we're going to get into tomorrow. Let's talk about just a couple of little tidbits, and then we'll get out of here because I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. I got to pick my son. My son's in Fort Lauderdale today. I got to pick him up at 2 a.m., so I need a little nap in between.
You enjoy that.
Yeah, I'll do that. We'll be right back.
I tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get the ones and trying to get the M's.
You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Here you go. Here's a little pop quiz for you.
What's that?
You know, our boy got kicked out today.
Who?
Kelsey, whatever his name was.
Oh, yeah.
Which, throwing his towel at the official like it was a flag.
Yeah, that
classic.
was the awesome part.
What is the record for most ejections in an NFL season?
I'm going to go 2.
No. Overall. The entire NFL.
Oh, the entire NFL?
Yeah. In one season.
20.
13 in 2014. Do you know how many there's been so far this year?
10.
Yep. Dead on 10. There was only 4
pace.
last year. So they're on pace to double, basically. Almost. The previous record.
Nice.
Yeah. The one today. when dude threw his flag, did you see that, Rakif?
It was awesome.
Probably was sleeping during that part.
It was so awesome when he did it. It was like because he did get mugged. Now he also
he had an argument.
He goes on Facebook on Twitter, and he's showing the picture of like what his argument was, and I guess he goes and he talks to the one referee, and he's not listening to him. Then he goes to the other one, and I don't know what he says to him, but he threw the flag. He backs up, reaches in his pocket and throws it. I'm like, oh, that was great.
He takes the towel off and throws his flag at the official. Guy throws his hat.
Yeah, that's great.
It would have been awesome if he'd have thrown his helmet at that point.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess he would get fined, but
he's gonna get fined anyway. He just played that game for free, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't do that. And then, you know, like you said, he walks off and Andy Reid gives him a quit talking to and calms him down.
Oh yeah, he calmed him down real quick.
That dude's good though, man.
Kelsey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good player. They're a really good player. Anyway, so this week, tomorrow we'll be back tomorrow night. We'll get into some more college stuff. We'll get into the day after Jag stuff. It's always different the day after.
Yeah, kind of. And we'll talk a little about little Texans.
Yeah, a little bit of Texans. We're at the point where the opponent doesn't matter. I mean, really, we are. The Jags beat the Jags every week, is what happens.
Yeah, they'll find a way to be creative.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be a learning experience for Jags fans.
Yeah. 705 just asked us, how do we feel about the 2 personal foul ejection rule? I'm fine with it.
I mean, yeah,
I'm good with it. I don't have no problem at all with it.
I'm just not a huge fan of targeting.
I actually don't have a problem with the concept. I have a problem with the way it's being.
It's not consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the concept at all. But we've said it a million times. If you tell guys they can't hit somebody in the head, they're going to hit them in the spot worse than the head, really, which is the legs.
Right.
So, you know, I don't know. The game's a violent game. Everybody that plays it knows that. There's not much you can do to change it.
While we're still on it, guys, remember, 88 Blessings, December 16th, we're going to have the event. We need 88 kids sponsored for $150 a kid. Even if it's $10, just hit us up. Let us know what you can get. We'll get you the information. It's a great cause, bringing Christmas to some families that are a little disadvantaged.
Yep, there you go. There you go. We're excited to do it with Rogers Towers and 88 Blessings, thanks to Erica and Alan Hearns. We'll be back tomorrow night. You've been listening to the Sports Den, brought to you by ABC Fine.